فاسألوا أهل الذكر إن كنتم لا تعلمون.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. There are people, they ask about the miraculous aspect of the Quran. So how Quran is a miracle? Many people, they cannot understand the Quran. So how can they decide that Quran is a miracle? It is similar to the other miracles which were associated with other prophets. So Prophet Musa presented a miracle which was similar to magic. Who decided it was miracle and not magic? The professionals of that time, the magicians. They realized this is not magic. This is something beyond magic. This is something which makes a real change. Where magic does not make real change, it makes you think that there's a change. In the time of Prophet Isa who realized that these diseases were incurable diseases, and Prophet Isa cured those people, the professionals, the medical professionals of that time. So therefore, the same thing is said about the Quran, that the Quran has, number one, the eloquence form. So the Arabs, the poets of the time when the Quran was descended, they realized that Quran is not a normal book. Quran is not a poetry. Quran could be from jinn, from beyond. Quran could be some magical thing, but Quran is not something natural word, natural form, structure. It is not like that. They had decided. So that's why they were mesmerized and impressed by Quran, the poets and those who had this taste of distinguishing the poetries, the beautiful poetries from the lesser. Therefore, Quran was acknowledged by the professionals of that time, and Quran challenged them, bring something like it. So this is another aspect, that what is Quran? Is it poetry? No. So Quran is a new art. They had poetry, they had sermons, they had short words of wisdoms. They had a lot of literature. They had a lot of linguistic literature or linguistic art available in that time. So Quran came and presented something which was inclusive to all these, but yet it did not take one of those words. It was poetic, but not poetry. It had wisdoms, but not mere words of wisdom and the anecdotes of Arab. It has the style of khitaba, sermon, but it is not sermon. So it was an art which was presented, new art. So when Quran challenged people to bring something like the Quran, to bring an art like the Quran, which supersedes the Quran, not copy pasting like people they took Surah Al-Kawthar, Inna A'tainaka Al-Kawthar, they copy pasted and made Inna A'tainaka Al-Jawahir. So these people, they never understood the challenge of the Quran. The challenge of the Quran was not to copy paste. The challenge of the Quran was to bring, hey Arabs, you have poetry, you have this, now you have Quran. Bring something new which supersedes the Quran. Until now, there is nothing which could supersede the style and the format and the balagha and the eloquence of the Quran. So that is the miraculous aspect of the Quran. Beside other miraculous aspect where there are mathematicians, they found some mathematical unique aspects in the Quran. There are some scientists, they found some unique aspects of science in the Quran. Therefore, Quran has miraculous various aspects. For example, some of the scientists, they found this unique verse in the Quran related to science. وَتَرَى الْجِبَالَ تَحْسَبُهَا جَامِدَةً وَهِيَ تَمُرُّ مَرَّ السَّحَابِ. When you look at the mountain, you consider it solid, stable, stagnant. But they are moving. And what type of movement? The movement of the cloud. That means you cannot feel it. When the clouds, they move, we don't feel it. So therefore, there are several interpretations of this ayat. Some are metaphorical interpretation. However, some of the scientists, they found out after the discovering of the tectonic movement of the tectonic plates, that really, the mountains are moving. The crust of earth is moving. The tectonic plates are moving. Previously, these verses were taken metaphorically or taken as an event happening on the Day of Judgment, where the Quran has mentioned in several verses that the mountain will crumble and mountain will crush and mountain will move and mountain will disappear. But this verse is a very technical, this verse has very technical scientific indication related to tectonic plates. If taken literally, it indicates that the mountains are moving very slow movement. So this is one of the scientific examples. There are many various scientific examples of the Quran. However, the main miraculous aspect is the linguistic structure of eloquence of the Quran. وصلى الله على محمد وآله الطاهرين.
فاسألوا أهل الذكر إن كنتم لا تعلمون